So the last chapter that we studied was chapter 5, and this was all about writing equations of lines. A couple formulas you have to know. Slope-intercept formula is y equals mx plus b, and the slope formula is y minus y over x minus x. Remember, people, you have to wise up. Wise up with the y's upstairs. Okay. Whenever you write the equations in slope-intercept form, it needs two letters. And the two letters are x and y. Okay? So type 1, you're given the graph of a line. Okay, so when you look at the picture, you have to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept. So you look at the graph and you find the y-intercept, and I notice here that it's 0. So the b is 0. Okay, step 2, you find the slope using rise over run. So I'm going to look at this graph here, and I'm going to rise up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. So it looks like the m is 1 over 2. Let's just double check. Uphill line, positive slope, looking good. Okay. You write the equation in y equals mx plus b form by substituting in the values for m and b. Substitute means to plug in. So y equals, give me an m, 1/2 x, and then plus 0. You could write plus 0, or you could just stop right there. Okay, this is the test we just took. All right, type 2. Okay, you're given the slope of the line and a point. Okay, so you write the slope-intercept formula. That is y equals mx plus b. So let's write that. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, next, you're going to substitute the values for m and x and y. Okay, and this is the day that I dressed up like a cheerleader, remember? Okay, this is the x, this is the y, and when it says slope, that's the m. Okay, give me a y number. 3. Equal sign, give me an m number. 4. Give me an x number. 1 plus, don't forget to write the b. When two letters are next to each other, that means multiply. These two numbers here are next to each other. We're going to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4 plus b. To solve for b, we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. Okay, -1 equals b. Okay, solve for the b by doing your algebra. Okay, write the equation in y equals mx plus b form by substituting the values of m and b. I think we're ready to write our answer over here. So y equals, the m was 4, don't forget the x, minus 1. And that is the equation of the line. Okay, so those are the two ways you could write the equation of an uphill or downhill line. Okay. Now horizontal and vertical lines, those were super easy. Okay, these only need one letter. All right, horizontal lines, that's a hoy, and then vertical lines are a vux. Okay, so I noticed that this line right here is a horizontal line. Horizontal line, it's going to be y equals something, and the answer is -2. Okay, here's a vertical line going up and down. You only need one letter. This is a vux. A vertical line just needs x equals, and it's crossing at +1. X equals 1. If it's horizontal or vertical, you only need one letter. If it's diagonal, you use 2 letters. Okay, the last couple things we talked about in this class were parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, first of all, parallel lines have the, say it, same slope. They have the same slope, okay? So you want to find slopes that are the same. All right, which ones are parallel? This has a slope of 3. So if that's going uphill, the slope of 3, I want to find another slope of 3. This one's negative. Okay, so that's not a good answer. Oh, here's a slope of 3, C. is definitely a good answer. Let's check all these other ones here. Here's a slope of 3. Okay, that's a good answer. That's a slope of -5, so no. The b is a 3, but that's not what we look at. We look at the same slope. Okay, and then I even had you write equations of lines. Write the equation of a line parallel to this one. Oh, I know how to do parallel. If the slope here is 2, then I'm going to use the same slope. I'm going to use m equals to 2. And it passes through this point. Here's an x, here's a y. Okay, how are we going to do this? You're going to be a cheerleader, right? Okay, y equals mx plus b. Give me a y. 1 equals m. 2. Give me an x. 3 plus b. Okay, two numbers like this in parentheses mean to multiply. 2 times 3 is 6 plus b minus the 6, and b is -5. Now that you have the b, we can write the equation. Remember, equation means y equals m, I'm going to use 2x, and then the b is -5. Here's the equation of the line parallel. Okay, let's just make sure. Are the slopes the same? Yes, I made a parallel line. If you take the multiple choice test, look at the answers to see which of the answers don't have the same slope, because that's not a good answer. Okay, the slopes of perpendicular lines were something else. Okay, perpendicular lines have two very important things. The first word starts with O, and the second word starts with R. The first thing they have to be are opposite. Okay, so one has to be positive, one has to be negative. The second thing they have to be are reciprocals. Reciprocals means that they are flipped. Okay, so to be opposite reciprocals, you have to have two things. Okay, two things have to happen. Parallel's easy, just make them be the same. All right, which ones are perpendicular? This is a slope of 3. So if this is positive 3, I want to have a negative. And I'm not going to be 3 over 1, I'm going to be 1 over 3. I want the slope to be -1/3. So D has that slope here. That's good. This one, part B, that's not negative. That's positive, positive. That's not opposite. How about answer A? That's a -1/3. Negative, positive, that's opposite. Yep, A is a good choice. C is negative. They're opposites, but they're not reciprocals. Okay, not a good choice. All right, the last thing that we did here was write the equation of a perpendicular line. Okay, read the directions carefully. Perpendicular. Okay, so am I going to make the slope be 2? No, I'm not going to make it be the same. I'm going to make it be opposite reciprocal. The opposite of a positive is negative. The opposite of 2, or the reciprocal of 2, is 1/2. So that's the slope I'm going to use. What do we do with the b value? Nothing. We cross it out. We're going to find our own b for this information. Here's an x. Here's a y. All right, it's the last time I get to cheer for you guys. All right, give me a y number. -2. Give me an m number. Come on, everyone. -1/2. Give me an x. -4. And don't forget to write plus b. All right, here we go. Negative times negative is positive. 1/2 of 4 is 2 plus b. All right, let's be careful here. We have to subtract 2, subtract 2. So b is -4. All right, it's time for us to write the equation of the line. Y equals, I'm going to use the slope -1/2, and that makes it perpendicular. X minus 4. Are you guys remembering the x? I don't want to have to make an ugly face. All right. Good luck, everyone. Please work hard the next couple of pages.